Hello everyone, welcome back, and I haven't really done a video like this. I mostly just have reviews of where I go to a new place, like Star Wars Celebration or something, or live streams. But I thought I'd try something different this time. I've taken some, I see people who sometimes do predictions of the rest of the movies that would come out in like Oscar season usually. And so I thought I'd give my take on what I think, how it would play out. And I mostly just thought of this after seeing Ryan O'Toole's video with Tyler about their rest of the movie season with Oscars. So that's where I got this idea from, to try something like that. So hi Ryan, if you ever see this. So from this point onward, I'll be talking about the rest of the movies that will be coming out. First, I would like to and now I'll discuss Oscars and how I think that'll play from what I've seen throughout the year. So the big major film that I've been waiting to come out is It. It's that Stephen King movie with the clown that haunts the kids. Now, I'm not really a fan of horror movies that much, but last year, especially when I started reviewing movies and all, I've been trying to expand my horizon, see some scary movies. Like I saw Conjuring 2, I saw Don't Breathe, which is more suspenseful than scary, but I thought it was still really good. And so, at first I wasn't really sure about seeing this film, but after this month, not really being able to see any movies, like, my last review was Dunkirk, and that took a bit of a while for me to get up, but it's not like I missed anything. There was nothing really that came out that I wanted to go see. It's been such a dull month at the movies, trust me. So, I've been wanting to check this one out to hopefully, like, a lot of people have been saying how this past weekend was the worst weekend at the box office in like nearly 16 years, which is not good at all. So hopefully this It movie will breathe like money into this industry, because it's going downhill really. And speaking of the industry, like at the Oscars, I really do hope that they take a look at superhero movies. I don't care which ones, well, actually I do, but I mean, so far, all the superhero movies that come out this year, I thought were great. There's four I can think of. There was Logan, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man Homecoming, and my personal favorite, Guardians 2. I thought that all four films were great, and the only two I could see being Oscar contenders is Logan and Wonder Woman, because of how more mature they are, and how they broke grounds. Like Wonder Woman, for example, was the first like major female superhero movie, while Logan was a dark, gritty, R-rated one that was amazing to see. Logan. But I do hope that these superhero films get some recognition, because it seems like Hollywood just doesn't pay them any attention really, and you can tell they don't really care about how they're placed, because Suicide Squad won an Oscar, guys. Suicide Squad. And that movie sucks. Well, it's not as bad as Batman v Superman, but it's almost as bad. That won an Oscar. But yet Doctor Strange didn't win the Oscar for the best the best visual effects. Instead, Jungle Book won. A forest beat the mind trippingness of Doctor Strange. Ridiculous in my opinion. But I don't want to discuss last year, so I'm talking about this year. I'll get more into Oscars later. It's kind of rambling, but okay. So, for September, there's a couple more releases that I'm interested in seeing, like Mother. I did see the trailer for that. It has that creepy noise in it. You got Jennifer Lawrence in there, and the guy from No Country for Old Men. I think it's Javier Bardem. He was also in that horrible Pirates film that came out this year. But his film was the best part of the movie by far. And this looks like a creepy film. And I think Michelle Pfeiffer might be in it too. I think she's one of the people in it, and she's awesome. So, yeah, not really much to say on what's going on here. You got The American Assassin, and that seems like a really great thriller kind of film. Like this guy who's trying to get revenge because of these terrorists that killed his girlfriend on that beach attack that you see in the trailers. So he gets training from Michael Keaton, who this is like his third film he's been in this year. The Founder, Spider-Man Homecoming, now this. He's on the roll here. He's been on a roll for these past few years. Being in Birdman, I thought was awesome. Spotlight was like my favorite film I saw in 2015. Now he's in these films. He's doing really good. He's making a real comeback. He hasn't been in that many movies that I know of in the past decade or so. So these are good streaming films he's doing. And also, Kingsman: The Golden Circle comes out in September. Now, I really liked the first Kingsman film. I did not expect it to be nearly as good as it was. And my biggest problem with this next Kingsman film is how they, like you see in the trailer, it's not a spoiler, they brought back Terry. They brought him back and he has like an eye patch on or something. And I really got mad at first because like Samuel L. Jackson shot him in the face when the movie came out, but they're gonna probably say that it was bulletproof glasses or something, and that if they pull it off right, I won't be mad. But I hate it when they fake kill people and then just bring them back later. That's one of my biggest pet peeves with the MCU, how they just bring back people like Phil Coulson. They brought him back in TV, so I don't count those shows because it ruins the emotional thing in the Avengers. How his death is what brought the team together. It's say what you will about Age of Ultron, but I'm just glad that they kept Quicksilver off. So, and also there was this film I forgot about until watching Ryan's video, how he was excited for Lego Ninjago movie. And he does make some good points. I keep forgetting about it, but when I see the trailers, it looks really funny. The animation looks great. And I did, when I was younger, I used to watch that show on Cartoon Network. It's not connected to the show, though. It's its own thing. But I actually think they could do really well with this, because Lego Movie was great. Lego Batman movie, not nearly as good as Lego Movie with, like, overall, but it was really funny. If you were a DC fan, especially Batman, you probably loved it more. I'm a big fan of Batman. I thought it was a fun, enjoyable kids movie. It's probably the best animated one all year, which isn't saying much because they've all been pretty horrible. You had the horrible Emoji Movie, horrible Despicable Me 3, mediocre Cars 3, a bunch of threes basically. So, and the horrible Captain Underpants, the disgusting Boss Baby. Yeah, so this was a pretty horrible year for animated movies is what I'm trying to say. Okay, moving on. There isn't really that much in October except Blade Runner 2049. You got Ryan Gosling and Harrison Ford. If that isn't enough to get you in, it looks gorgeous. It's directed by the same guy that did that film Arrival, which was a big Oscar movie last year, so that might get, if it turns out to be great, it might get some nods because you have a great director in there. And plus you got Dave Bautista in there. So that's also a bonus. He's Drax, you don't know. So this month for October doesn't really have anything. It's more of a TV month because for me personally, you have Walking Dead Season 8, which I don't really like The Walking Dead. I watched it Season 7 and I'm like, no. But I think Season 8 might be the final season within that 5-minute trailer they released. It's so bad. But at the end, he wakes up in the hospital bed with his big beard. So that might be that theory that it was all a dream and he wakes up from his coma. If that's what happens, I will be so glad because I actually predicted that. It'll be a middle finger to the fans that have been following the show for a while, but I predicted it. So, you also have Once Upon a Time Season 7. I'm gonna watch Season 6 because they just put it on Netflix. But I saw the trailer for Season 7, and it looks pretty horrible. That's all I have to say about that. I'm so disappointed. That's just one of my shows that I like to watch. I know it's not as good, and I know it's cringe, and the dialogue is ugh, but it's one of those shows I like to watch. Which brings me to Riverdale. If you see my review, I compared it a little. I'm real excited to see where they go, because that cliffhanger got me so mad. I really want to know what happens with the characters. And of course, the show I've been waiting for, Stranger Things Season 2. I keep watching that thriller trailer over and over and over again. I'm so excited to see what happens. And those posters that release where they're like this. Oh my god, it only gets stranger. I'm so excited for that show, I really am. Then we move into November. That's a pretty huge month for blockbusters. You have Thor Ragnarok on November 3rd. You have Coco with which is the newest Pixar film. I think that will be the Inside Out of this year, while Cars 3 was like the Good Dinosaur, like 2015 all over again with Pixar. But I honestly think Coco could be the best animated film, which didn't really have any contenders, and it probably will win that Oscar for best animated feature. That's just my prediction. Because if they didn't nominate Lego movie in 2014, it got snubbed. If they didn't nominate that, they sure as hell won't nominate that Lego Batman movie. Trust me, they won't. So it'll probably be Coco that'll win that Oscar. And if it has a catchy song, they might win that for best song, probably. You have Murder on the Orient Express. Now, if you don't know what that is, I don't blame you. But it's this remake of an older version of the film that I've heard. And I saw the trailer and it looks promising. You got Johnny Depp in there, you got Daisy Ridley, Josh Gad, I think Judi Dench, and it's about this murder mystery on this train where someone's murdered, and this one detective has to solve it with the suspects in the room. It's like Clue basically on a train. I did like that Clue movie though, from the 80s. If you don't know what that is, I don't blame you. So that looks like it could be a good murder mystery film. And then you have the Justice League. I said in my Wonder Woman review that you probably won't get a good DC film for a while because their upcoming films look like they might be garbage. And I'm so glad Wonder Woman was the big success. I'm so glad that it made all the money it did. I'm so glad that it got all the respect and all the critical response that it did. And I'm so glad it was a great film. Because this Justice League film, I think, is going to really be garbage. I'm sorry, guys. Like, especially if all that's happened, like with Zack Snyder leaving due to personal reasons. Sorry about that, dude, if you ever watch this. I feel your pain. Or when Joss Whedon taking over. Now, there is some promise because he did direct the 2 Avengers films, but there's been massive reshoots, massive stuff changing. Like, the entirety ending, which would have been a cliffhanger, I heard from Zack Snyder's version, was switched out for a completely different ending. The recent trailer I saw looks like a bunch of cluttered garbage, like Batman v Superman did, basically. And that's really disappointing. I'm so sad how they're rushing like this. They don't need to rush. But Wonder Woman proves that even messing up, so if all their films have proven messing up this far, people will still see it. But I think if Justice League gets the worst reviews, I honestly think that it might be a failure. It might not even make $1 billion. And this is supposed to be a guaranteed $1 billion film like the Avengers films were. So I really hope it's good because I'm gonna see it. I've seen all the films that they've made in theaters. I saw Man of Steel in theaters, which I did like, but everyone hated, sadly. Except in London and the UK, because I have this one British friend that says everyone likes it there. So, but in the US, everyone's cynical. You have Batman v Superman, which was garbage. Suicide Squad, which wasn't that good. Wonder Woman, which was fantastic. And now this. They should have had set up films like Marvel does. They're just playing catch up. You can tell that they don't really care as much as Marvel does. They just want the money. So that's why they were milking. That's why they added over 1,000 theaters for Wonder Woman. And it's pretty sad that they've done that. But I don't blame them. There's no releases in August, really. Okay, that's enough Justice League hating. If it's good, I will be shocked. You can come back and watch this. I'll come back and watch this video and be like, wow, I really was hating on that film unjustly. But if it is garbage like I predicted, I'll give myself a pat on the back. Okay, then the only film I care about in December that I can think of that's coming out is, of course, Star Wars The Last Jedi. When I went to the celebration, they gave out these amazing posters. I was so thrilled. And they said it was exclusive. And then when I ordered that poster, they gave me another one of those in the mail. But it looked all blurry and all. So this is a legit, not blurry one. So that makes me feel a bit special again for being able to get it. So, and then let's talk more about the Oscars. And I have been saying that a bit more throughout. So I think let's talk about the major one, Best Picture. I think that would mostly go to, like, the contenders would be, from Description Wind River, that seems like a likely candidate. Dunkirk might be a likely candidate, because usually the war films get nominated, but Dunkirk was truly a great one. I know some people I see don't really like it as much. They say it's overrated. If we want to talk about an overrated film, though, definitely Get Out. Ugh, that probably might be a Best Picture nod. Ugh. I mean, I can go into it, but I don't really know how long this video is. I'll just give a brief, like, if you want to check out my thoughts about the film, you can see my review, because I did review it so far. So, if you want to check out my thoughts about the film, you can go there. Wonder Woman might actually get a push for it. War for Planet of the Apes, I hear they're trying to push it for Best Picture. I didn't personally see it, but from some good buddies of mine at work that did see it, they said it was pretty bad. It was pretty dull. It was a bunch of sign language throughout the film, and I that doesn't seem like my kind of movie, because I did see Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and that had human characters that they could talk, they could bounce off conversations with. If it's just apes, I mean, if they're supposed to be so intelligent, why are they doing this the entire time? It makes no sense. But whatever. I really do hope, though, like I've been saying, that superhero films get those Best Picture nods. For Best Director, I honestly think that Patty Jenkins can win for Wonder Woman. I really do think that. Christopher Nolan might have a shot for Dunkirk. I've heard of this push for Michael Rooker for Best Supporting Actor as playing Yondu. Kevin Smith was pushing that. I mean, he filmed himself crying at the ending of the film. That was hilarious. James Gunn retweeted it. He's like, yes, let's make this happen. If he does get nominated, I will be so happy and so shocked. It probably won't happen, though. But for Best Supporting Actor, you'll probably get Chris Pine in there. For Wonder Woman, you'll probably get Tom Hardy for Dunkirk. Can't really think of that many. For Best Actor, you'll probably get the guy from Get Out. I swear, if they have that one girl from Get Out as Best Supporting Actress, I'll be so mad, because she was horrible in that film. No offense, actress that was in that film, but it wasn't that good. It wasn't just the brother was horrible too. So, let me think. For Best Animated Film, like I said, it'll probably be Coco. Then the rest of the categories, I don't really care to talk about. I'll talk more about them when it gets closer, when you see the nominations. This is just my predictions of the rest of the year, and then going into the Oscars. Thank you all for watching this video. This was one of my first videos doing something like this. If you guys liked it, please let me know. And if you want a critique on how I do it in the future, like did I talk too long? Did I not focus on other stuff that I should have? Let me know. I would love the feedback. I really would. And thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.